Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, oh my goodness. Hello again, everyone, and we got a little bit off today on the camera. That's okay. We'll get that fixed. Welcome in, everyone, to Sports Blitz, or this is Sports Blitz.
If you don't get my legs out of that camera, we're not going to have any viewers.
Welcome into the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. Will be with you for the next hour. That's a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you, Kane.
Good job. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today. We are got a lot to talk about. Obviously, tomorrow, a pretty big day for the Auburn football team. Going to be another scrimmage, probably another bit of separation between the starters, getting a better idea of what that two-deep roster is going to be like going into that first game against Mercer on September the 3rd. So we'll talk about that a little bit, talk about some of the things going on with the team, what are some of the positions looking like, shaping up to be. Some interesting comments from the defenders' point of view as far as the quarterback position is concerned. What do they think about the differences of the guys, the strengths of these different quarterbacks, T.J. Finley, Zach Calzada, and Robbie Ashford. So one of the things that David's kind of been harping on, and we talked about specifically the other day about escapability, and one of the comments kind of pertaining to that as far as T.J. Finley's concerned. Interesting.
Very telling.
Interesting. Yeah. So we'll talk about that a little bit. What's the difference between Auburn and Alabama fans? An interesting article in AL.com breaking down. This was a study done at Samford University Center for Sports Analytics, and they interviewed apparently thousands of college football fans around and in the state, and kind of broke down percentage of Auburn and Alabama fans, the differences, the similarities between those two. Some interesting differences between the two. Shocking. Alabama and Auburn fans are different in some ways. I don't think, outside of about 50 points of IQ, who would have thought? But anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit. Obviously, the Lake Martin Auburn Club meeting, annual meeting last night. It's always a lot of fun down at Willow Point. Bruce Pearl, the speaker last night, David, just kind of give us an idea of what it was like last night, what your impressions from Coach Pearl and his speech.
Well, my first Lake Martin Auburn Club meeting, my wife and I went. Thanks, Brett Pritchard, for the invitation. Randy was there. You were the only one that weren't there. Bruce asked about you.
Had a prior commitment. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, the Lord comes first on Wednesday. I get that. Man, if Bruce Pearl is not the greatest ambassador for Auburn University, I don't know who else it could be. He was phenomenal. I kid everybody that he preached. There was a lot of spiritual and religious and country, God and country, which I have no problem with at all.
Sure.
He opened it up for questions and answers, and just had the room just dying laughing at some of the things that he said. But the very last question, one of the last questions was, Coach, please give us a breakdown of this coming season. And he went position by position and pretty much broke down the team. He went as far as to say that Chris Moore is going to give Alan Flanagan a run for his money in that starting 4 spot. Said he had come on tremendously. My question to him was, how cool was it to have Jay Billis and Roxy Bernstein, that national footprint increase? And basically he said it was an infomercial for Auburn basketball on ESPN. So, and a record crowd, about 250 Auburn fans last night. There were probably 50 people, Andy, standing because there weren't enough. Willow Point, I don't know if they didn't have enough chairs or didn't put out enough chairs, but a lot of people had to stand. And it was a great pep rally for Auburn University, Auburn's athletics, and especially basketball.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming he talked a good bit about the trip to Israel.
he did.
Just the impact that had on the team.
He
Probably
did.
on him, I guess, in general, too, probably.
Yeah, he really went at Bruce is, of course, being Jewish. He did say last night, he said, I'm a Jewish believer, for the people that were wondering. And of course, the Jew first and then the Gentile, so he goes first.
Right,
But he is a Jewish believer. He went into some tremendous history. Talked about one of the things that there was a sewage leak or a water main leak about 20 years ago, and they had to dig, and they began finding David's mansion, King David, on the east side of the city, and all of the things that they continue to discover that are artifacts from the scriptures.
Wow.
Yeah. And he talked about the impact. He talked about how Dylan Cardwell has really become a man of faith. Dylan does a thing on Instagram called Wednesday Word that I'm going to start checking out, and talked about, he said, man, he's either going to be a preacher or he's going to go over to Israel and play professional basketball and be an ambassador for Israel one of these days. He said his life was totally changed by the trip, as were a lot of the others. And it can only help our basketball team from a bonding standpoint. I mean, Andy, you know, Bruce Pearl, our staff is probably one of the best in the country at film breakdown, at preparation, at X's and O's. We've got that on lock. For these players to have had that experience together, it's kind of like when you go to church camp, you know, back in the day. And that can only help our season this year. And so and Bruce, he talked for about 45 minutes. I mean, and nobody left.
I'm sure.
It was absolutely, and that's the first time I've been out to Willow Point. It's a pretty rundown area of Lake Martin.
Yeah. They struggle
Absolutely gorgeous.
with donations out there.
And Albee was there. Albee was in rare form last night, led everybody. And there were 6 alumni cheerleaders there.
Right.
That got up and led some cheers at the beginning. That was pretty cool. And guys, just a fun night.
Yeah.
Got me fired up.
Well, it's about that time. That's always a good, that's one of those things that happens here in about mid-August, which is one of those signals, again, that you start thinking about, okay, the season's just right around the corner.
Yeah.
It'll be here before we know it. So,
Yep.
looking forward to that. Again, hopefully, I'll go ahead and mention it again. On Tuesday of next week, going to have a guest on to talk about the new Auburn football facility that helped design it and talk about it, and hopefully get an inside look at that. And that should be a lot of fun as well. So be looking for that next Tuesday.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Outside of that, though, high school football beginning tomorrow.
Tonight?
Tonight? Well, yeah, I guess so, tonight.
Well, there's, I think.
Maybe it won't rain. It doesn't. The forecast does not look good.
Well,
Does not look good for tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight I think it's going to taper off. Vestavia and Mountain Brook are playing tonight. My brother informed me of that. Auburn and Hoover playing this weekend. That's either tonight or tomorrow night.
Wow, okay.
Of course, our Benjamin Russell Wildcats go right up the road to Sylacauga. And I will be at the Dadeville B.B. Comer game tomorrow night with my raincoat on.
I hear you.
My wife may opt out.
Rain, sleet, snow, or shine.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. My wife may opt out, but I'll be there with my raincoat on, and because I want to see that running back from Comer.
Right. That we've been told about, right?
Yes.
That Auburn needs to take a look at.
Auburn needs to right up the road take a look at. So, yeah, it's here.
It's
this
here.
weekend.
It's here. No
and next
question about it.
weekend, college football.
And that's right.
Yeah.
What's the difference? This is no transition, so I won't make one. What's the difference between Auburn and Alabama fans? I'm sure a lot of you, I don't know if you saw this article in AL.com. I just thought it was somewhat interesting. Some of the things that they've discovered here. One, not surprising, it says Alabama's overall fan base much larger than Auburn's. Roughly 4.1 million fans in 2021, Alabama fans, compared to Auburn's $2 million. So double, basically, which I think most Auburn fans would not be surprised at that.
No.
At all. So.
And that fluctuates with the states of the program. There's a lot of fair weather fans out there. Everybody loves a winner, right, Andy?
This is right. Well, everybody claims they do.
Yeah,
everybody either loves they either claim they love the winner or you hate the winner.
Yeah.
It seems like there's not a lot of in between.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is one of those that I don't know. I'm a little bit baffled about why this would be the case, but gender divide for Alabama and Auburn fans. Alabama fans, 63% of Alabama fans are male, only 37% female. 40% of Auburn fans are male, 60% female. I wonder if that has something to do with maybe women are, in this day and age, more apt to go to college because as we'll find out in the next one, more Auburn fans are liable to go to college and to graduate college. And I wonder if that has something to do with the fact that more of the women are Auburn fans.
Maybe
there's a different sensibility.
Maybe it has to do with Bruce taking his shirt off at football games.
Dylan Cardwell and Bruce taking their shirts off.
Which Bruce said last night that will never happen again. His wife said, I'm putting a stop.
Yeah, he said that after Tennessee. He did it at Tennessee, too. Never happened again, and it's happened multiple times.
Oh, man.
We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at some more of these interesting breakdowns of Auburn and Alabama fans when we come back right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours. Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling in to Glenn Smith Buick GMC in Opelika. Right now, get GMC Acadias up to $4,000 off. Buick Envisions up to $5,000 off. And GMC Sierras up to $6,500 off. Or choose 0% financing.
We have hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs on the lot or on the way. Getting ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just getting started on the show today on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. We're talking about the differences between Auburn and Alabama fans. This was a survey done by the Center for Sports Analytics at Samford University, posted on AL.com. I think the music's still going a little bit there, Kane. So Kane off his game today. He's half asleep in there. That's okay, but it's typical audience for the Auburn Blitz. The age difference between Auburn and Alabama fans. Who would have thought there'd be an age difference? Alabama, average fan for Alabama, 46.1 years old. Middle age, 46. I'm 46. I am not an Alabama fan.
No.
Auburn, average age, David, 49. A little older, a little wiser. 49 years old. 49.2, that is. The average Auburn fan. Why is that? A little older. Skewing a little older.
I don't know who I bet they didn't survey. I mean, all my grandkids just about are Auburn fans. I bet they didn't survey any of them.
Well, they're counting those. They're counting your grandkids. Otherwise, it'd be an average age of 55. They're bringing us down a little bit, so that's good. The average college football fan, average age of a college football fan, 48.6 years old. That's interesting. But Alabama leads in the Gen Z, which kind of sounds reasonable to me because I've lost all faith in Gen Z.
Yeah.
And they are now 700,000, they say, Alabama fans. But we got to take a phone call. Let's go to it, David. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sounds like my brother.
Yes, it does.
Hey, Andy, this is Dale. I'm David's younger and much better looking brother.
You must be one handsome son of a gun.
You know, here's the thing. Both of my brothers are incredibly talented guys. They're both great musicians, accomplished musicians, but somebody had to get the looks in the family, and that was me. So,
well, it has to fall to somebody. Dale, I feel your pain. To be honest with you.
So, a quick comment about the basketball team. I hear that this year, after their trip to Israel, when they come out of the locker room, there's going to be a pool, and they're actually going to run across the pool on the floor.
That's funny.
Just a little joke there. No, listen, you guys do a great job. I listen to your show every day. I'm a lifelong Auburn fan, and I was young, but I was even an Auburn fan through the Barfield years, so I remember those years.
Well, Dale, I know that you were a big Gus Malzahn fan, correct?
Well, that's one thing I wanted to mention. Now, my brother thinks that I just was in love with Gus. And while it's true I was a Gus fan, here was my whole thing about what went down with Gus. If you're going to fire a coach, at least have someone lined up to hire who's better than the guy you fire. And I'm emphatically convinced that that is not at all what happened here. It's just not what happened.
That does not appear to be the way the search went, for sure.
Yeah, Dale, that was Alan Green bowing up and saying, "No, I'm not going that way. I'm going my way." And so, I loved Gus as a person, and I loved some of the moments that we experienced with Gus as the coach. But I'm just, golly, I'm gonna wait until this season is over to say, hey, this is a bad experiment. We're going to have to just wait and see. But, things are interesting right now, to say the least.
Let's talk about this season, though. And I'm one of those, I don't believe that you can use the past to determine what's going to happen. But we saw a meltdown with the Mississippi State game. We saw a meltdown with the Iron Bowl. We should not have lost either one of those games. I don't think our roster is as talented this year as it was last year. Word on the street is Finley's probably going to start, which that's scary. If he's the best in the quarterback room, we're in trouble. Our offensive line has issues. Big question mark at the receiver standpoint, although I hear the kid out of Hewitt Trustful is going to be pretty impressive. But, again, we don't know. But I don't feel like we have the talent that we had last year, and I'm just not a fan. I feel like because of the way let's be honest, because of the way our boosters are, we need a coach who is a definite type A personality. Gus was type A. Pat Dye was type A. I don't feel like Harson's a type A personality. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope you guys are right. I hope I'm wrong. But I think this season's going to get ugly.
How bad is ugly?
Worse than last year, and I thought last year was ugly.
Last year was horrific. 6-7 to me. So, yeah, okay. Well, let me ask you this. Quick, well, I tell you what, the music's playing. We got to take a break. But call us back some other time. We'd love to talk with you again.
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
To you, brother.
Don't go anywhere. We got more to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, their compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just about a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Just to kind of put a bow on this Alabama-Auburn fan thing, household income, kind of, again, somewhat interesting. Under 25,000, so we're talking probably, you get down around poverty level. Yeah. 11% Alabama fans, 11% of Auburn fans in that lowest income level. Lower middle class, you would say 25,000 to 49,000 annual income. Alabama, 17% of Alabama fans making $25,000 to $49,000 a year. 14% of Auburn fans making $25,000 to $49,000. $50,000 to $99,900 a year. We're talking about upper middle class. Alabama, 36%. Auburn, 27% of fans. Making over $100,000 a year, 48% of Auburn fans making over $100,000
Which is your income bracket.
Well, you do what you got to do. Outside, that's with my NIL deals. Alabama, 35% of fans making over 100.
Yeah.
Nearly half of the Auburn fan base making over 100. No wonder Auburn's jacking up the prices. The fans can afford it. I mean,
they're gonna price me out of these football tickets before it's over with. That's funny.
I'm in the 52% there. I'll say that for sure. Education level. There's one that Auburn fans kind of harp on. Well, it's actually true. Less high school diploma or less, or less than a high school diploma, just some high school. Alabama, 8% of the fan base. Auburn, only 2% of the fan base. At least a high school graduate. Alabama, 19% of the fan base. Auburn, 10%. Some college, technical school, whatever. Auburn, 41% of the fan base has some college. Alabama, only 27%. Getting an undergraduate degree, 27% of Auburn's fan base, only 24% of Alabama's. And go on to get a postgraduate degree, Alabama, 20%, Auburn, 17%. I would assume that probably has something to do with a law school going on to get that postgraduate degree. Engineers and, probably just going out into the workforce. But, 68% of Auburn fans have gone to college, whereas only 51% of Alabama fans. So, probably more likely, Alabama having so much more success, they're going to have a lot more bandwagon fans or fans to come on that have no really affiliation with the school. Yeah. Whereas most Auburn fans are, which that's what I always said, Pat Dye, Auburn people love Auburn. But the weird one, I don't know, participating in fantasy sports. Number one, only 14% of Auburn fans are participating in fantasy sports. I would be among the ones that are not.
Me too.
Only 6% of Alabama fans participating in fantasy sports. Why do you need a fantasy? You're an Alabama fan.
That's right.
You've been number one for 16 years. Well, you don't need fantasy. But anyway, that's the kind of interesting, the breakdown, the gender divide, the education level. And if you're an Auburn fan, hey, you go to school there, chances are you're going to be making pretty good when you get out and get a job. So there you go. Okay, let's skip to this Auburn defender's assessment of the quarterbacks.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit. Kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Robbie Ashford, Wesley Steiner, linebacker, says reminds him a lot of Bo Nix in his escapability, in his ability to run out of the pocket, in his he causes a lot of problems for the defense because of his. Now, I do notice that he never mentions his throwing ability. See, he just mentions his escapability and his ability to run and get outside the pocket and be athletic. So if that's all you can do, probably not going to be good. But that is a big factor for Robbie Ashford.
Is that not what we've had a quarterback that had to do for the last 2 years, though?
If you're going to run the Nick Marshall offense, you can get away with that a little bit. Yeah. But if you're, a stronger runner than a passer, but this is not what we're running. We're running the pro set.
But let me interject this, and this came out of Harson's mouth. He said he and Keesaw are evaluating the talent level and are going to run some things that are a strong suit for those guys that fit best to what we need to do. In that case, if it's Robbie Ashford, we would do well to run some of the Nick Marshall stuff.
All right.
Absolutely. The zone read. But the two comments I know you're going to get to, one about TJ, the other one that I thought was funny about Robbie Ashford, very eye-opening. So continue.
Zach Calzada.
Yeah.
And by the way, Marcus Harris said basically the same thing. On a broken play, he can get out of the pocket, talking about Robbie Ashford. That's what they keep talking about. Smallest crease. He's very fast. He's very quick. He can get out, escapability. Zach Calzada, Marcus Harris. He's walked in on us and opened up to us, shared some of his thoughts and experience with us. It's helping us be a better defensive line team, actually. When a play breaks down, he's always finds a way to get outside the pocket and throw it away so he doesn't take the sack. That sounds like Bo Nix again.
That does, yeah.
But again, is that the greatest thing you want? Well, he can throw it away so he doesn't take a sack. Now I want him to drop back, fire, across the middle.
Find a receiver or gain 8 yards with your feet.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll talk about T.J. Finley. What are the perceptions of the defenders about T.J. Finley Sunday? Up against a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
One special evening with 22-time Grammy winner Vince Gill. Saturday, August 27th, 7:30 p.m. Goosh Performing Arts Center at Auburn University. Two-time ACM Entertainer of the Year, Vince Gill, live in concert. On sale now. Buy tickets at the box office or visit gooshcentertickets.auburn.edu.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You will be glad that you did. Ty says, my friend said, so this is Ty's friend. Take it for what you will. He said when Auburn fired Gus, they had a deal in place with Hugh Freeze, but Alan Green and Jimmy Raines would not agree to it. So there you go. Now, Dale, do you believe that Hugh Freeze, it was better than Gus Malzahn? That would be, that would probably depend on, would that fit your criteria? If you got somebody better to take the job, have somebody in place? If that's true, Hugh Freeze, I don't know. So depends on what your opinion of Hugh Freeze is.
That one would have scared me.
Well, I mean, just don't give him a cell phone. And, I think outside of that, you might be okay. TJ Finley, back to TJ Finley.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's from Marcus Harris. He just gets the ball out quicker in camp. You can see, like when the defensive line's almost there, he gets it out real quick before we can get to him. It's an improvement from last year. He'd just take a sack or sit and throw the ball out or something. But he just finds the open receiver when the play seems to break down. He'll throw the ball and get it there. Now that's 100% more what I want to hear as far as, well, he finds a way to throw it away, throw it out of bounds, and not take a sack. Well, when the pressure's on, he's finding the receiver. This coming from Marcus Harris.
Now read the next part, though, Andy.
He's also gotten better at getting out of the pocket, too, Harris said of Finley. He'll take off running, and it surprised us a couple of times. He's getting better with that. Escapability.
Well,
one of David's criteria.
Well, what I said the other day, Andy, it goes to Marcus Harris's first point. If our offensive line is going to be strong enough, Finley's 6'7", and he can stand back there and go through his progressions and hit open receivers, which is what Marcus Harris is saying, I have no problem. But is that what's going to happen? I mean, is he going to trot out against Mercer in San Jose State and not even have to worry about that with no challenge? And then in comes Penn State, and we go, oh, crap, here we go again. I don't know. We'll see. For tomorrow's scrimmage is huge. We'll come in here Monday, kind of know who the two deep is, where they stand, and we'll know who's the first guy.
I will say, we're talking about T.J. Finley. Wesley Steiner, the two guys, Marcus Harris and Wesley Steiner, were the two making these comments. Wesley Steiner's comment about T.J. Finley got to be maybe the most dubious comment I think I've ever heard. T.J. is a good passer. I'm not going to badmouth him. He's a good quarterback. That's about as benign or, you know, I'm not going – that's to say other people are bad-mouthing him?
Throw that one
I'm
out.
not going to bad-mouth him. To me, that's like him saying, yeah, he's all right. You know.
Dale said, I'd feel better if our quarterbacks had at least 3 days of contact. That's the thing. And I said this to you on the show. We're out there, and, you know, the quarterbacks are off limits. So we can't really tell about escapability and mobility in camp because they're not letting the guys tackle them to the ground, which I can understand. So, you know, it's all going to be a mystery kind of, sort of, till we get into the line of fire in the battle. So
Luke chimes in and says, 0 chance I think Auburn would have Pearl and Freeze, 2 dudes with NCAA history, as head coaches of the 2 biggest programs at the same time. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I'm sure that the rest of the country looks at it, or there are segments of people that look at it differently. But the whole Bruce Pearl / NCAA baggage, brother, that ship has sailed.
Gone.
That is no longer relevant at all about anything.
Yeah.
And you say, well, I mean, outside, I mean, for Auburn people, for Auburn administration, that has no relevance whatsoever on anything as far as, and I would say, I would think that would be the sentiment for all Auburn from top to bottom.
Well, the man made a mistake at Tennessee, and he paid his dues, and he's learned from it. So, that means nothing to me.
Well, I mean, I get it. It doesn't ever go away. I mean, it's always there.
Yeah,
but
sure. And
as far as Auburn is concerned, I mean, I'm talking about as far as the Auburn administration is concerned. I don't think that has no bearing whatsoever. They would go out and if they thought they could win, they'd hire Freeze tomorrow.
Yeah.
If they could win, they'd go out and hire Barry Switzer tomorrow. They'd hire anybody. They'd hire
Bob Stoops.
Yeah, they'd hire a cheater like Mike DuBose. If they thought they could win.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't hold water to me. All right, we got another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday, August the 18th. Jeremiah Wright apparently back on the offensive line now. This poor kid, recruited as an offensive lineman, moved to the defensive line, blew his knee out, moved back to the offensive line, moved back to the defensive line, now apparently back to the offensive line.
Well, and Andy, when did that come across the wire?
Just the other day, yesterday, I guess.
Well, don't you think that plays into
sounding more and more like Nick Brahms is not going to be
done
an option for Auburn this year?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Tate Johnson's been really, again, they've been talking him up big time, and I don't think there's a coincidence for that. But Jalil Irvin played in the bowl game. Brandon Council. Auburn, that's a good thing. Auburn's got several viable options at guard, and they've cross-trained guys, and they've got guys that are comfortable at tackle and guard. So they've got a lot of moving parts that they can piece in here and there, and to help with it, because that is a huge loss.
Andy, what you're saying is there's enough talent for us to adequately fill that guard spot.
I believe so.
We've got to get that center position shored up, because
Yes.
that's your captain of your line right there.
Tate better be good.
Yeah.
I don't want to put any undue pressure on him, but there's due pressure on him, unfortunately. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. Stoops versus Calipari. I know you wanted to chime in on that.
Oh, please. Thank you. John Calipari wrote a book called Coaching Elite Talent. And, of course, that's off the heels of his one-and-done success.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a business leadership book. And, I read those voraciously. And he talked about in one of the chapters about the elite talent meshing with teammates and in the team, the community, and all that kind of stuff. He forgot to write the chapter about the head coach meshing with his teammates. I mean, look, John, everybody knows that you're fine as long as everything's going your way. And when it's not, you put that little pouty face on, and Big Blue Nation's going to take up for you no matter what because you've won championships. But everybody knows
a championship.
A championship. But everybody knows Kentucky's a football school. You don't have to say that. It was just a slap in the face to Stoops and the work that they've done on the football field. I'm sorry. And it makes Calipari look like a clown. That's my take.
I think that's probably back. I mean, he's always been arrogant. He's always, come off as kind of a jerk. And this does not dismiss that notion. So.
And it's funny, though, that Harsin was trolling them and had the picture with Bruce. No problems here. But that just, come on, Calipari, stop. It just makes everybody hope you get your brains beat out even worse.
On this day, August the 18th, interesting, 1965, Hank Aaron actually loses a home run because he hit it stepping outside the batter's box. So he actually hit 756 home runs.
How about that?
1983, everybody remembers the Pine Tar incident, right? George Brett against the Yankees. I think it was on July. I think it was in July. Maybe it was on July 4th. But he comes out, he hits the home run that puts the Royals ahead like in the 8th inning. And then, I think, was it Tim McClellan? Wasn't that the umpire? He called it, he said there's too much pine tar, they disallowed it. Well, the Royals protested. They ended up replaying the rest of the game on this day, August the 18th, in 1983, later that year. And the Royals ended up winning 6-5.
One of the great meltdowns in sports history.
Great.
That was.
But again, here's as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story.
Yeah.
They did make up the game. They allowed the home run, and the Royals ended up winning.
Wow.
They won 6-5.
Oh, Andy, real quick before you get into the birthdays, on this day in history, today.
Yeah.
Summer's coming to an end. I just wanted to invite everybody out to my gig tonight. I'm at Chuck's Marina, a little jazz and soul music and some good pizza from Chuck Wallace. And I think the rain's going to stop. So if you're on the lake, come out to Chuck's tonight and with me, and we'll have a great time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Chuck's Marina tonight.
Marina. Yeah.
Happy birthday today, August the 18th. Burley Grimes, he was a Hall of Fame pitcher in the major leagues. Shelley Winters, she's Poseidon Adventure. She's always seemed like earthquake, volcano. She was always some kind of tragedy.
Some kind of problem.
Marge Schott, back when, canceling was not a thing, they canceled her. She used to own the Reds.
She had the St. Bernards, too. Always had the dogs around.
She was a weird one.
She was.
Gene Bartow, your buddy.
My man.
Happy birthday today.
One of the greats.
Born on this day, 1930.
Yeah.
Passed away in 2012. Another one of the greats, Roberto Clemente, died in a plane crash in 1972, but he was born on this day in 1934. One of the great major league players and humanitarians.
Yep.
Robert Redford, fine actor.
Redford. Look, still fairly handsome, but looking kind of rough these days.
Not as good looking as your brother, but still, he's pretty good. 1936, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Roadhouse, among others. Dirty Dancing, 1952 he was born. Died way too early, 2009, the Swayze. Dennis Leary, pretty funny guy, 1957. Dr. Tom Pritchard from Continental Wrestling.
Oh, mercy.
Back in the 80s. All of you out there, you know Dr. Tom Pritchard. Kenny Skywalker.
Yeah.
He could get up.
He could
get up. Brian Mitchell, played all-around guy, played for the Redskins, was on that 80s, I think he was on that 91 championship team. Christian Slater, Ed Norton, his claim to fame, dated Salma Hayek for years.
Wow.
How in the world that makes sense, I do not know.
Zero sense.
Malcolm, Jawal, Warren, Theo from the Cosby Show.
One of my good friends from Birmingham, bassist Sean Michael Ray, got his picture made with him last night in Atlanta.
Really?
At a jazz club. Put it on Facebook.
All right. Yep. Luke Fickle, coach of Cincinnati, and Jeremy Shockey. Whatever happened to Jeremy Shockey? Good tight end. Played at Miami. Went on the NFL. Who knows? He is David. I am Andy. So on for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.